What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. This video I'm going to show you guys how to install a Putco light bar, Putco blade tailgate light bar on your 2006 LBZ Duramax, which is what I have right here. This truck has a 6-inch lift with 35-inch tires. Just finished installing a 5-inch straight pipe exhaust PCV reroute, EGR deleted, 8-inch tip. This is a 100% emissions free truck, but I absolutely love these Putco light bars, especially for a lifted truck. They really help people see your truck from behind, especially in low visibility conditions. Like here in Pennsylvania, we frequently have dense fog or whiteout snow conditions where you'll get a snow squall and it's basically like really dense fog. You can't see anything. And on a large truck, you know, you have passenger cars that their hood basically starts like right here, and they could be driving, and in low visibility conditions they could just slam right into the back of your truck. You know, so I always like to install these Putco light bars on my trucks. I have one on my 2021 Trail Boss that I supercharged, and I absolutely love it. It also helps in situations where you're on the side of the road and you have to use your four-ways. You know, the factory lights on these Chevys are really not that bright, the tail lights, and just in general, Chevys, at least the older Chevys, the tail lights are not that bright. So when you use the four-ways, they're kind of hard to see. So if you got a huge light bar, 60-inch light bar, it'll make it a lot easier for people to see you on the side of the road. So actually the install on the LBZ is super easy. You're going to want to get this adapter here for your trailer 7-pin connection. Just basically an adapter that just plugs into the back of your factory 7-pin connector, and then you take that 7-pin connector and connect it to the adapter. So the adapter is basically just like a bridge between your trailer 7-pin and the light bar. So this gives you full functionality of your light bar without having to do any splicing or anything. This was super easy to do. Now the only thing is, this is a 20-year-old truck and it looks like this might be the original 7-pin connector. You can see it's pretty beat up. I'll probably have to address this at some point and replace it with a better one, but I just got the truck, so this is kind of lower on my priority list. But it was a little bit tough to get this factory 7-pin connector off. It just has this one retainer clip right there. You just got to push down on that, push down on it, you know, really hard, and then you got to wiggle it out. If you have, you know, an old connector that hasn't been disconnected in a long time, you know, the rubber O-ring in there is dry and brittle, and it accumulates dust and dirt, and so it can be really difficult to get off. You know, just be patient with it. You know, just kind of wiggle it around, push it in and out. That'll kind of break up some of that dust and you know, kind of break that seal. So I was able to get it out after maybe a good 10-15 minutes of wiggling around, and then here's your 4-pin connection here, and this is for your reverse light here, and that just plugs right into the adapter. Okay, super easy. They give you dielectric grease. You should smear some dielectric grease around these connections after you connect them. Another thing I like about these Putco blade light bars is the reverse light is super bright. So this entire bar turns white, okay, when you go in reverse. So it's super bright and makes backing up a lifted truck a whole lot easier when you have all that light. Plus, if you upgrade your reverse lights or your reverse bulbs to some aftermarket bulbs, high lumen aftermarket bulbs, you're really going to have a lot of light behind your truck. And it just comes with this control box, which you just zip tie somewhere. Here's your cable. You're not going to need all this cable. Now, the trickiest thing is actually measuring out where you want to put this thing. You kind of have to size it up. Every truck is different. Like on my Trail Boss, the gap between the tailgate and the bumper is a little narrower. I have a lot of room to work with here, so that's a good thing. I also want to keep in mind that if I ever want to put an aftermarket bumper, you know, the aftermarket bumper may fit slightly different, but this is kind of the trickiest part, is measuring everything out properly so you don't have a crooked light bar. That would not be good. Just using a Sharpie and a tape measure, and you know, you just want to mark out a couple of points, like, you know, maybe every foot, you know, maybe like a ½ inch or ¼ inch from the bottom or the top, and you know, take a straight edge. I have a long straight edge here that I can use, make a straight line, and then Putco gives you 4 of these I don't know what they are. They're just like these little clips, I guess you could say. Basically, this snaps into them, so you can either glue them on. There's 4 of them, so you space them out evenly, and you can either glue them on with the supplied 3M tape, which is what I've done on my Trail Boss, but they also have a hole in the center that if you ever feel like you want to put a screw through for extra insurance, you can do that as well. But I think the 3M tape, I mean, it's super strong, and this is really light. There's no weight to it, so 4 of those with 3M tape, in my opinion, is plenty. A couple of things I did with this adapter: I wrapped some extra electrical tape, because when you get it, you have like a whole section of wires here exposed. I'm probably going to put some loom and electrical tape on these exposed wires here. I'll probably wrap this whole section here with electrical tape, and this white wire for the reverse, I'll probably also put loom on it or do something with it. I just hate having exposed wires, but this is what the adapter looks like. I don't know if you guys can see in there. So this is what you're going to be gluing on or putting a screw through. And I really like this because some of the light bars out there, the cheaper ones, they don't use these clips. You just basically glue the whole light bar. And that sucks, because if your light bar, eventually some of the LEDs go bad, you're going to have to somehow get that whole thing off. This is so much better because you can just unsnap the light bar and replace it, or take it off completely if you don't want it there. So you're basically just gluing these on, or you can put a screw through, and then they give you this double-sided 3M tape, which is super strong. And then they give you a little bit of dielectric grease and some wire hangers there to keep your wiring clean. And the part number for that harness, let me show you. So you're going to want to get the Blade Quick Connect harness, part number 529004. That's what you're going to want to get. All right, guys, so this is the biggest pain in the butt part right here, and that's measuring out where you want to mount it and drawing a line across. It's pretty tough to do, actually, but you're going to want to definitely clean it off real good. I got some rubbing alcohol and microfiber, and you really want to clean off the surface good for that 3M tape to adhere. So here we go. We're gonna start gluing those pieces on. All right, guys, so I got the 4 mounts there, and I tested it already. Looks perfect. Just gonna clean up some of the Sharpie marks here with some rubbing alcohol, and I taped up these exposed wires. I really hate exposed wires, so I taped the crap out of that, and just got to find some spare loom to cover this white wire. Then we're just gonna zip tie everything and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, everything is taped up nice. Found a little bit of loom. Even used some liquid electrical tape. We're just gonna zip tie everything up nice now. All right, guys, we got the light bar installed. It's a little bit hard to get it on camera, but as you can see, look how bright it is back here. And let me just go through some of the different signals. So that's what it looks like, guys. I got the right turn signal on now. Just so much better visibility from behind. If someone's behind me, they can see my truck much better from a distance, especially when I'm turning. That nice amber light there just makes a huge difference. I'm just underneath the truck now, finishing up with just some zip tie work, cleaning up things, but that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more LBZ Duramax content, and until the next time, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 P's: prepare, practice, and persevere.